afternoon, everyone. I'm Dominic, the Vice President of Forum of Critical Utility Services, which is born in 2020, during pandemic here. We got this focus started. I'll tell you how it started, why it is called focus. And as the global construction landscape evolves, ensuring the highest standard, this is something that I was talking just before we start, highest standards of safety, energy efficiency, and performance of these system is imperative. So today we will discuss these factors that impact efficiency of these systems and how we can optimize their performance to meet the growing need of the modern infrastructure. So we are fortunate to have a distinguished industry expert with us today to share his knowledge and insight. That is Jagadish Kumar, the Principal Consultant and Director at L'Avenir Consultancy Pvt, who brings 31 years of experience in elevator industry. And he will provide valuable technical insight onto the topic. So before we begin, I would like to extend our heartfelt thanks to KONE Elevators and Escalators, who are our knowledge partner of this event, for their unwavering support and contribution to this field. So we have Prabhu Shankar. It was Ashish supposed to come. We have a technical person from KONE, VJ Prabhu Shankar is joined with us. So I encourage all of you to engage actively and ask questions in the Q&A box down. If you look at the frame, you have a Q&A box. Put your questions and make most of the learning opportunity today. So let's start it. So we're moving forward. I would like to introduce who we are. What is this focus? We need to focus. So why this is focus? So if you see the building, the building getting smarter and smarter, building becoming sustainable, everybody wants sustainable building. Now, so resilient, the resilient building. How do you build a resilient building? You need to integrate all the critical services that goes into building. It could be plumbing, it could be air conditioning, it could be elevator, it could be fire, it could be security. So there are electrical. So these are the standalone critical services spread in the building. But when you want to integrate, when you want to look at your smartphone and you want to see the performance of this utility, what is the water level in my apartment? What is the condition of the fire pump? How elevator working condition? Anything that you need to be on fingertip. So which means you need to. Every critical services society need to come together, make a federation, come together. And if you don't integrate, you don't achieve this resilience in a building. If you don't integrate, you can't achieve sustainability. So the founders, if you see here, these are the current management committee. V. Suresh, who is the National Building Code Chairman. He was the first president and is 87 years, still so active. So he was our first president who brought all of us together, and I'm one of the founder. I am from the fire industry. So this is how we started our focus. If you see Ashish, he's come from solid HVAC industry experience. Now he is talking more about sustainability, resiliency. We have Dr. Valen, who is the capital and CEO, now is the MD of Cibros. We have Sandeep Shikre, one of the celebrity in architecture, Jatin from Colliers, so myself and my colleague Ravi. So this is our managing committee we have. So why we are a non-profit organization, and we are working towards bringing all the professional in the construction industry together, collaborate and foster sustainable, resilient, and intelligent utility services. So also we want to introduce cutting edge on technology and ESG principle to enhance urban development. So focus vision is very clear, unite existing professional. I know we have it, we have ISHRE, we have FSA, we have IPA. They're all working with the interest of the industry. But we need to have a platform where we all come. We have a common agenda. How do we integrate? So these are the various the core values of the association, which we are working. And so we want to establish focus as a platform of emerging technology integration, promote sustainable development and on ESG principle. So foster resilience and adaptability in built environment. So we have a huge short of resources in the industry. So we want to encourage, we want to develop a skill development on various vertical and start continuous learning and professional development for each engineer in the construction industry. These are our goal. And today, this is our progress. This is our 8th webinar since last 4 months. We've been talking on various subjects. I'm so thankful. Jagadish said, is very happy to talk about elevator and escalator since, he's been in the industry. I'm in 35 industry, in the fire industry, same time. Jagadish also has come from, vertical transportation industry. So today, ladies and gentlemen, it's a wonderful day on, Thursday today at 4 p.m. We're going to start this program. I once again want to thank KONE for partnering with us. Most of you know me because I've been anchoring a lot of webinars. I'm a founder of FSA, founder of Focus, founder of NFE, National Federation for Electrical Safety, and Indian Society for Brave Hearts. So again, I introduced Jagadish, but however, it's, somebody has put in 35 years of experience. He has something which I proudly want to introduce to all of you. He's running his own consultancy firm called L'Avenir Consultancy, a top vertical transportation firm in India, currently consulting over 8,500 plus units and involved in several landmark projects. He chairs the ISRE Vertical Transportation Subcommittee for Energy Performance Standards and co-chair of the ECSBC 2023 on code revisions for energy conservation codes. He also contributes to the Ministry of Labor's Lift Technical Course and was a member of IGBC core committee in Bangalore and the CIBSC Lift Group in the UK. Additionally, he is the publisher and managing editor of L'Avenir Elevator Digest, a premier digital magazine on vertical transportation technology, and author of the coffee table book called L'Avenir Elevator Heritage. This is, ladies and gentlemen, Jagadish for you. And I'm sorry, Prabhu, I think we got your profile later, but however, you are a team committed to safety of the elevator. So I wanted to thank KONE third time for joining. I'm sure when it comes to Prabhu to talk about KONE, he will introduce himself and talk about KONE later. So we'll begin with a small introduction video of Focus. May I request my colleague Lakshmi to play the video? I'm going to unshare the screen. So let's begin with one introduction video, please.
We are delighted to present to you the Forum of Critical Utility Services, the acronym of which is FOCUS. Much as the acronym suggests, the role of the Forum of Critical Utility Services is to bring in focus all that concerns the construction industry. This is not just for India, but for a coordinated construction industry world over. For those of you who may not be aware, this initiative is to prepare and present a platform where all the verticals of the critical utility services of the construction industry forge into one formidable group that will strive in building unity, aid in diffusing misconceptions, and present itself as a platform for discussions amongst these bodies of professionals. This initiative was born on the 26th of October 2020 when the world was almost silent from the after effects of the pandemic. We say silent because the cry for help and riddance from the clutches of the pandemic were deafening. There simply was no place that was safe anywhere in the world. None of the formidable structures that man had erected was safe for protection from the pandemic. It was during these times that we decided on creating a platform so as to be able to present improved and concerted methodologies of developing projects that shall not just be sustainable or resilient, but also deliver safe environment and a valuable business opportunity to the promoters, not just for some time, but for long time to come. Times when another generation will inherit the good work that we do today. Our efforts begin with drawing the strength from the fields of architecture, electrical, plumbing, HVAC, safety, fire, security, illumination, vertical transportation, IBMS and IT, solid waste management, and last but not the least, facility management. Bring them together and forge them into one strong wheel of change to deliver structures that stand in harmony with Mother Nature on planet Earth. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is our mission. Only when we come together and share our ideas and aspirations will we find the stumbling blocks. It is here then that when we are together and focused towards one goal, we will jointly be able to understand and address our challenges as one formidable force. Not just a force in India, but for a global movement that will find solutions, opportunities, and the means to address productivity, safety, quality, developing skills, training, evolving standards, and ensuring their implementation, thereby becoming centers of excellence and setting benchmarks for generations to pursue and improve. And this is our vision. We have embarked upon reaching out to various verticals of the critical utility services. We will thereafter jointly present our cause to the government and policymakers. We will present our vision to the builders. And we are confident that we will break the shackles of inequality, indifference, ignorance, and mistrust, and build a world that is one with nature. Ladies and gentlemen, we are not here to conjure a forum, but we are here to establish a body that shall have trust, integrity, and honesty for its foundation, and stand on the pillars of knowledge, commitment, enthusiasm, and foresight of its people. Our invitation to you is open. Come and become a part of Focus. It is your contribution and support to Focus that will make a difference to the new India that is being created. Let's join and make this the Bharat that we wear, shining, prosperous, bright, and a true world leader. Let's now focus.
For playing that video. She will be just typing the link. I'm sure there are a lot of construction professionals today who join, and I would request you to join Focus. We have a very active chapter in Bangalore. We have around 9 chapters. So in Amritsar, we have Jalandhar. So there are a lot of chapters in the north. So south, we have in all the cities. So I would encourage for you to understand what Jagadish wants to talk about on elevator efficiency, and please keep your questions on the Q&A box. Do not put it on the chat box. So it's going to be exactly 1 hour session. So let's enjoy this session. Over to Jagadish Kumar.
Yeah. Thanks, Dominic, for the wonderful introduction and good presentation on Focus and its vision, and how people need to join and take this movement forward for a better India. So without wasting much time, I'll get into the presentation mode. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you will enjoy this session on very important session on evaluating energy efficiency in vertical transportation systems. So just a brief introduction, though, Dominic has given that we are vertical transportation consultancy firm called L'Avenir Consultancy. We also run a digital magazine on elevators, which is called L'Avenir Elevator Digest. And I've also authored a magazine or a coffee table book on global elevator history called L'Avenir Elevator Heritage. In this presentation today, we will check a bit on the history of elevators. What are the types of elevators available? Why energy efficiency is, what is energy efficiency, and why evaluating energy efficiency is crucial? What are the factors which are influencing energy use, and the codes which are there globally and locally, which are governing the energy consumption and calculations and grading. And we will also see globally what are the evaluation methods are there to look at energy efficiencies. Then I will also talk about the latest ECSBC codes, or the uh, Energy Conservation Sustainability Building Codes 2024, which is going to be soon released in India. And we will also see few of the case studies and how the gradings are given. And finally, we'll look at the potential barriers which are there to implement this, what could be the future trends, and we will arrive at a conclusion. So, starting with the history of elevators. So, the first introduction to elevators or a hoist-like system, which was done maybe in the works of Roman architect Vitruvius, it was mentioned that Archimedes, in maybe 236 BC or so, he has built the first hoist-like or elevator-like equipment, where he used to the same to lift things up. And they were doing it. Lot of energy was consumed, obviously, at that point of time, because a lifting equipment normally works on a weight and a counterweight, balancing it so that the mechanical action takes the lift up or down. In 1853, a gentleman called Elisha Greaves Otis, in a very dramatic fashion, he has introduced the safety elevator, where with the use of, he has introduced the clutch mechanism, where even all the ropes of the elevators are cut. The elevator stops there and it does not fall down, thereby paving way to skyscrapers, tall high-rise buildings, and the industry has started on a great note. So elevators, there are two types of elevators. One is a elevator with machine room. With machine room means the machine, the controller, the entire wiring gets concluded in the top of the hoistway, where the elevator runs up and down and stops at the number of floors of the building. And then there is another model which is called as machine roomless elevator. Machine roomless elevator, where the lift machine room is eliminated, the machine and the control system, everything is just placed underside of the roof at the top on channels and fixed, so that the space for the requirement of a lift machine room is eliminated. Architecturally also, people were able to design without any, I mean their facades and all, without getting any elevator lift machine room which is jutting out of the building. So these are two types of elevator. Functionally, both are the same. And yes, there is a efficiency parameter which comes in terms of energy, where machine roomless elevators consume lesser energy because of smaller machines. So what is energy efficiency? Energy efficiency, if you look in the context of elevator and escalators, it is energy efficiency is nothing but use of good technology and design strategies to reduce the energy consumption while ensuring the performance is maintained. This includes optimizing the power use for the movement of the elevators or escalators, minimizing the standby energy use, improving the drive systems, using energy saving devices like lights, auto fan cutoff, and things like that. Incorporating regenerative drives which capture energy and reuse energy. So ultimately, the goal is to reduce the overall environmental impact and the operational cost, but without compromising on the functionality or the safety of the equipment. So why evaluating energy efficiency is crucial in vertical transportation system? There are several reasons. First reason is energy savings, because energy efficient systems you have, they reduce power consumption, they lead to lower operating cost, reduce strain on energy resources, thereby leading to energy gains or energy savings. Environmental impact is another crucial reason. Reducing energy usage helps decreases greenhouse gas emissions and contributes to more sustainable, eco-friendly building designs. Third reason is the operational cost reduction. Energy efficient elevators, escalators have lower long-term operational expenses as energy cost constitute a major part of their life cycle costs. Then next comes why this a crucial reason of building certifications. Building certification, if your building is certified as a green building, whether it is a IGBC rated or a LEED rated or a BREEAM rated, it enhances the building market value, thereby improving the quality of tenancy. Other could be the regulatory compliance. Many regions worldwide, they have strict energy standards and codes for building systems. So evaluating energy efficiency ensures you are complying with the legal requirements or the regulatory compliances. Other reason is user comfort and reliability, where optimized systems improve ride quality, they reduce downtime. That means elevator is available, escalator is available most of the time, ensure a more comfortable experience to the users with smooth and quiet operation. Then the thing is, other reason is the energy recovery, as we spoke earlier, like, regenerative systems, where they capture and reuse the energy during braking or further improving efficiency and minimizing waste. Finally, the future proofing is a crucial reason, where as energy regulations tighten and building technologies evolve, and energy efficient systems should ensure that buildings stay up to date so that, with all the future demands, and it is future proofed. So what are the factors which influence energy use in vertical transportation system? Say elevators, escalators, and moving walks. Moving walks are nothing but travelators. One is the load and usage pattern. Usage pattern means frequency of use. In high traffic buildings like offices or shopping malls, elevators and escalators are constantly running. If the elevators and escalators are constantly used, they consume obviously more energy. And next factor is the load and weight. Because of the weight of the passengers or the cargo, it directly impacts the energy required to move the system up or down. Obviously, heavier loads require more power. The second factor which influence energy usage is, like, the system type or the technology. Drive systems. If you are using energy efficient system like regenerative drives, gearless traction machines, they consume less energy compared to the traditional systems. Control systems, like, if you are using, say, destination control system, where you key in your destination, you are assigned the elevator. So all the people who are going to one particular floor are bunched together, and in one travel they go up, so that thereby reducing or avoiding the unnecessary trips, reducing the energy consumption. Standby power. Energy use when the elevator is not in motion or the escalator not in motion, the energy used during ideal period, it can be reduced, like the lighting and ventilation and standby modes. Thereby, it can impact and it can make the systems more energy efficient. The other factor influencing the energy usage is the building design and layout. Obviously, if the height and number of floors are more, taller buildings with more floors require elevators to travel to greater distances, thereby increasing the energy use. In this kind of situations, optimizing energy is fundamental. Traffic management, efficient planning, how we do the proper planning based on the number of floors, the population of the building. You design the elevators and escalators required there, and adhere them to the desired parameters of the national building codes or the IS codes. It will help optimize the energy usage because it is a efficient traffic management. Then comes energy recovery systems, where regenerative braking, elevators with regenerative drives, they capture the energy or the empty car going up or a full load coming down where the motor acts as generator and it generate electricity. Even now with regenerative drive, it captures and reuses the energy generated during braking or downward trips, improving overall energy efficiency. Then the operational settings, how do you do that? Speed and acceleration. High speed elevators consume more energy, while slower and moderate speed systems use less. So efficiently operating during operation hours, systems that run continuously, even during off-peak times, they waste energy. Smart scheduling or usage of elevators smartly during peak and non-peak time can reduce unnecessary usage, thereby conserving energy. Then maintenance and efficiency losses, like proper maintenance, ensuring that the wear and tear is minimal, thereby you can also ensure that your systems are energy efficient. Then as the elevators age, you can retrofit the older system with newer and more energy efficient technology, thereby reducing energy consumption. And finally, the environmental condition like building temperature and ventilation, this also can have an impact on the equipment which is being used within the building. So coming to the codes, what kind of codes? There has to be a standard which is defined how you calculate the energy consumption and how you calculate how efficient is your elevator or escalator and how you grade that. So we have in India IS 17515 Indian standard, which focuses on energy performance and efficiency in elevators and escalators. It is aligned with global standard like ISO 25745 series, which deals with again classification, measurement, and benchmarking of energy consumption for vertical transportation systems. The standards includes these key elements. One is the energy measurement and classification. IS 17515 provides methods for calculating and classifying energy performance based on factors such as load, frequency of use, type of systems, and it focuses on operational energy consumption during active use, standby energy consumption during ideal periods. And it also focuses on the energy efficiency in design, what kind of product and features we are that are being inbuilt in elevators and escalators, which promote energy efficiency, like usage of regenerative drives, optimized control systems, energy saving lighting and ventilation. Thirdly, IS 17515 also ensures compliance with energy efficiency targets for elevators and escalators in commercial and both residential buildings. This standard also helps the manufacturers and the developers who are the builders who evaluate whether their systems meet the prescribed energy efficiency levels or not. If they are not meeting, what they should be doing to ensure that they meet the energy efficiency levels. Also, compliance with IS 17515, it contributes to overall sustainability of buildings and helps achieving green building ratings or certifications. Though it does not directly give points, it will affect the fundamental commissioning point where energy efficient vertical transportation system reduces the overall energy, improves the overall energy efficiency of the building. So this standard is part of India's broader efforts to ensure that elevators and escalators are aligned with the energy efficient norms and they contribute to the nation's sustainable building practices. So let's now look at the various global methods of evaluation of energy efficiency. Quite a few methods are there. So I will briefly touch upon what kind of methods are there globally being used to evaluate energy efficiency. First thing is the codal compliance, which is energy performance classification. This method categorizes your elevators and escalators based on their energy efficiency. Codes like ISO 25745, IS 17515, and similar standards like German standards like VDI 4707, they define energy efficiency classification system using metrics like energy consumption per trip, standby energy usage, and the building operational needs. And later, thereby, systems often assign grades, A being the optimal grade, and A, B, C, D, E, based on the performance in this area. The other method of evaluation is power consumption measurements, like operational energy measured, standby energy measured. Operational energy, when the measurement of energy used when the elevator or escalator is in motion. This includes power consumed by the motor, the controller system, the braking system, cabin and car lighting and ventilation. Standby energy, measurement of energy consumed when the system is idle or not in use, but still drawing power for lighting, ventilation, control units, and other components. Third method of evaluation is load or the traffic simulation. These methods evaluate energy consumption under different passenger loads or the usage patterns. They simulate the real life operating conditions by varying the loads and trips. And this method also helps in estimating the energy consumption over time, offering insights into the system efficiency based on the actual traffic. Then there is another method which is energy efficiency index calculation. EEI calculation. EEI calculation is a numerical measure of energy consumption per unit of transportation. It could be passenger or the floor traveled or per kilometer per escalators. The formula varies, but generally it considers the total energy consumed over a defined period or number of trips. It is divided by number of people or the distance transported. This index helps in comparing different systems' energy efficiency. Fifth one is regenerative drive evaluation. For elevators which are equipped with, say, regenerative drive, the energy recovered, how much energy they have captured, is evaluated by measuring the amount of energy generated and fed back into the building power grid during descent or braking. This reduces the net energy consumption, thereby improves overall efficiency, obviously. This effectiveness of these systems is often quantified in terms of percentage of energy recovered. This is one method. The other method is system modernization assessment. As I spoke during my presentation earlier also, retrofitting older system with latest and new energy efficient technologies, new VF drives, standby modes, LED lighting can significantly it reduces energy consumption. This method involves a baseline assessment of current system energy usage and post modernization comparison. Thereby, energy efficiencies are calculated to determine the return on investment and overall efficiency improvement. Then other thing we also built upon before, the dynamic control system optimization. That means if you are controlling or your dispatching system of the traffic is very efficient, like, for example, if you are using, say, destination control system, this destination control system ensures that, the people traveling to a particular floor, all the people are bunched together and only elevator makes a single trip to that particular floor, thereby considerably reducing the number of trips made by the elevators during peak time especially, and thereby improving the overall energy. The other method usage is profiling and monitoring. This can be done using real-time energy monitoring tools to evaluate energy efficiency by tracking usage profiles, data on system usage, the load, the peak periods, energy consumption. They help identify inefficiencies and opportunities for optimization is also considered. Energy meters are installed on vertical transportation systems, which provide continuous feedback for monitoring energy usage patterns. The other method is comparative analysis against standards. So energy efficiency evaluations, each standard, you calculate the energy consumption and you classify the grades and compare from code to code and see every country or every region could have their own local energy efficiency codes. They compare and determine whether these systems are compliant with the energy efficiency of the global standards and regulations, and they can also give a pave way for identifying areas for improvement. Finally, life cycle energy cost analysis. This is one more method to evaluate energy efficiency. This method evaluates total energy cost over the lifespan of the system, considering both operational energy use, the maintenance energy needs. It includes factors like energy savings from the upgrades, the downtime costs, the energy usage trends over time to offer a comprehensive view of the system's overall long-term energy efficiency. All these methods, 10 methods which I have mentioned above, provide the developers, facility managers, engineers with a detailed, comprehensive insight into the energy performance of elevators and escalators, and they enabling a clear, data-driven, practical decisions to improve energy efficiency and sustainability. So coming to ECSBC codes, I am co-chairing the ECSBC chapter for vertical transportation. ECSBC is nothing but Energy Conservation Sustainability Building Codes. Earlier, as you are all aware, we had this ECBC codes, Energy Conservation Building Codes. But India leading the G20 countries now, the factor of sustainability is added, directly driven by the Prime Minister's office. And the very stringent codes are now developed, and very soon they are due for release. Briefly touching upon vertical transportation chapter, it covers the energy performance ratings of lifts, escalators, and moving walks in terms of measurement, in terms of calculation, and in terms of classifications. Classification means grading of the buildings. And the references are directly to IS 17515, Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. So, as you can see, elevators and escalators are classified as a ECSBC building, with minimum C grading being the minimum level efficiency, ECSBC plus building, minimum B level efficiency, super ECSBC building, which is a maximum, which is the A level efficiency. And there are certain prescriptive requirements mentioned, like, elevators should have variable frequency drive, permanent magnet gearless machines, energy efficient lighting features with standby mode, and prescriptive features like, destination control system where applicable, as per the traffic analysis requirements, regenerative drives, and Internet of Things and predictive maintenance to ensure the uptime of these systems are maintained. Let's touch upon few case studies where we have done to calculate the energy and classify them as per the grading system which I just mentioned. The reference buildings were a small office building of 4 floors, large office building of 2 basement plus 10 floors, hospitality or a hotel building 2 basement plus 8 floors, healthcare building of 6 floors, shopping complex or a mall of 4 floors, educational building of 4 floors, with various elevators, and the number of elevators differ, the speeds differ, the motor kilowatt rating differs, and energies are calculated. The references are IS 17515 or ISO 25745 and calculated. And in the last, you can see the energy efficiency classification. I'll show it in the next slide, which is like, a small office building was classified as a B grade, large office B, hospitality B, healthcare was at A, shopping mall was at B, and educational building was at C. And all these things, as you go by during the operations, improve system to improve energy efficiency, your classification also is upgraded to, say, class B or class A. What are the challenges in implementation of all these things to evaluate and improve the energy efficiency in building? The potential barriers are: one is the initial cost of energy efficient systems, retrofitting the older buildings. That is again a challenge in terms of, not only in terms of cost, but in older buildings, people are using those elevators. There is a downtime to stop and upgrade or retrofit these systems. Then balancing energy efficiency with reliability and user comfort is another challenge. So, what are the future trends in evaluating energy efficiency and improving energy efficiency? AI, artificial intelligence, and Internet of Things in elevators and escalators, like predictive maintenance, usage optimization, is already being dealt with, and it is currently being used. Integrating them with the building-wide energy management system, that means vertical transportation energy efficiency calculations are integrated with the building energy management systems. Then, emerging materials which are eco-friendly or energy efficient technologies to further reduce the energy use. So we have spoken about the history of elevators, the type of elevators used, why energy efficient, what is energy efficiency, why energy efficiency and evaluating it is crucial, We have also seen the factors influencing the energy efficiency usage and the codes which are there in terms of energy efficiency globally and locally. What are the methods to evaluate? We have dealt in detail. We have learnt about what is ECSBC codes and the classification. We have seen few case studies. We have also seen the potential barriers, future trends, and concluding the key takeaways from this presentation. What I feel are the elevator and escalators. They do play a significant role in building energy consumption, and significant savings can be achieved through technology and smart usage. Ongoing evaluation and update to systems is very essential for long-term energy efficiency. Thank you. Thank you all. Over
Thank
to
you.
you, Dominic.
Oh, thank you, Jagdish. Before I go to Prabhu, one question that I don't know whether you answered it or something. Like when you compare 10 years back and today, when it comes to power, the consumption, how efficiently, what is the percentage of saving that today's elevator, the modern elevator,
Yeah.
is contributing to the sustainability?
Sustainability. See, earlier, not exactly 10 years back, but some 25 years back, in terms of, say, would be around the late 90s, the introduction of variable frequency drives to the control systems, to the door operation systems, then introduction of machine roomless equipment from the machine room equipment, and introduction of, there is something called as a coated steel belts in place of elevator ropes. Elevator ropes, what happens is they are steel ropes based on the large machines. They are, like 3 or 5 ropes or 7 ropes which are there. They require a large drive sheave, larger machine to drive it, everything large placed in machine room. And when you have a, what do you call, coated steel belt, one rope is taken, totally flattened and coated with polyurethane. This thing, the bending radius of a steel rope is reduced by this coated steel belt to 1/10, thereby reducing the sheave, reducing the machine. Everything is compact. Thereby, it can be placed within the shaft, and energy efficiency is improved. Obviously, that is one thing. And there are like eco-friendly, like LED lights have coming. Then regenerative drives have come in. All this has happened not just in last 10 years but last 25 years, and with destination control system, which has actually, we are seeing them and using them in past 10 years, where more during peak period in office buildings and all, to ensure that the traffic is managed efficiently, thereby also reducing the energy efficiency. So these are the factors which the entire thing has started 25 years ago, and it is improving with currently with introduction of IoT devices, usage of artificial intelligence, so on.
So AI IoT is now become a smart elevator. That's what people now call
Correct,
smart
correct, correct.
elevator.
Or the digitization of the elevators, they say.
Yeah. So before we take, we have a few questions. So before we take the questions, I would like to invite our KONE representative, Mr. Prabhu, to talk about how KONE, as a knowledge partner of this program, and you understood what our experienced consultant who spoke about data. So how do you complement what he presented? How KONE is also marching towards it. Over to you, Prabhu.
Yeah, yes, sir. Thank you. Sir, is it audible? My voice is audible?
Very much.
Yes, yes, bro.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you to everyone. I like to introduce myself. I am Mr. Prabhu Shankar. I'm handling new business solution and modernization solution for KONE South India as a senior manager, customer solution head. So I'm just leads this strategic offering planning for South India, focusing primarily on high-rise and infrastructure businesses. I have an experience of 17 years successfully holding various cross-sectional in KONE. Over the last 4 years, I was been heading this customer solution. And then I've been graduated in electrical engineering from Anna University, Chennai. This is my overall profile of Prabhu Shankar. I like to just share my screen with the presentation. So, coming to KONE Elevators, if you just see, nobody covers India like KONE. We have 50 sales office and service office across for pan India. And then if you see overall, we have a business. We have been into business for 113 years. Many of the world most iconic building and structures rely on KONE to keep moving. When you think about it, our business model, it has been changed over a century. Our company has incorporated in 1910, and in 1924 KONE became an independent company. And then if you just see KONE today, our head office is in Helsinki, Finland, and we are a global leader in elevator and escalator industry. So if you just see KONE today, our head office is in Helsinki, Finland, and we are a global leader in elevator and escalator industry. And then each day we move over a billion people with our portfolio of elevators, escalators, and auto walks, building doors, as well as the range of service for equipment modernization and then maintenance. And if it may surprise you that we serve approximately 5 lakh 50 customers around the world per day, and then those customers are builders, building owners, facility managers, and developers. In addition, architects, basic consultants, authorities, and consultants, and key parties in the decision making process when choosing elevators, escalators, doors, and services. Our maintenance customers range from small facility management companies servicing a single building to a large global retail or hotel chains. At the end of the last year, KONE had annually net sale of euro 11 billion, and we employed over 60,000 people. Coming to we shape the future of the cities in a world that constantly changing. We believe a strong purpose is needed. Wanted to clarify our purpose and have therefore created one purpose that as shared in September 2024. Our purpose of our reason to exist as a company needs to reflect our contribution and impact to the world. We shape the future of cities is a strong statement of us taking the lead in making cities more vibrant and livable. Places where daily life flows with easy, people are happy and prosperous, and where digital innovations improve the quality of life. We exist to shape the future of cities also for the next century and beyond. And then KONE has a broad global coverage. We have over 150 operations in 140 countries. And then in Chennai and Pune, we have our factory and then R&D centers. If you just see in numbers, sorry, we are moving 10 million peoples per day, and then 1 lakh units is in maintenance, 50,000 customers we have in operations, 50 locations pan India, 3,700 maintenance visits per day. The state of the art elevator escalator factory is in Chennai, and then we export to Nepal, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and Bhutan. This is our state of art elevator and escalator factory, which is placed nearby Chennai, the largest in South Asia's factory. We have a world-class technology and R&D centers in Chennai and Pune. KONE has pioneered many innovations over the years. Some of these have transformed the entire industry. For example, with the compact KONE EcoDisc lift hoisting motor, KONE Monospace is a machine roomless lift that serves valuable space in our building by completely removing the need of a machine room. This changed the landscape and shape of the building, removing the need for a machine room on top of the building. And then Jagadish has spoken about the rope technology. So KONE as having an ultra rope super light hoisting technology uses carbon fiber to allow elevators to travel to heights of up to a kilometer. And most recently, customers can keep KONE DX elevators in the best shape with the first carbon neutral maintenance service in the elevator industry. Thanks to AI powered predictive maintenance, automatic updates, remote servicing, and in person or a digital support at your fingerprints. KONE Cat DX maximize uptime, and prolongs an elevator life. These are our innovations. We continue to have three distinct business lines: new elevator solutions, service, including global spare supply in global commercial and operation functions, modernization, inclusive customer solution engineering in global commercial and operation functions. In addition, there are two business segments with dedicated teams in the global and commercial functions, major projects and escalators and doors. We have a gearless product of A monospace, I monospace, U monospace, and then standard monospace or scenic lift. We can able to say with machine room also we are just applying with a gearless technology. Same A mini space, I mini space, U mini space, and mini space standard with the scenic elevators. And then we have a Harvard winning designs like I series, the cabin as well as the COPs, car operating panels, landing indications has been red dot Harvard from the product design in the year 2022. Coming to the efficiency, if you see long-term achievements in the energy efficiency, we have made a significant reduction in the energy consumption of our equipment. For example, our current volume elevators are up to 75% more energy efficient when compared to our 2008 offering, and up to 90% more energy efficient than our elevators from 1990. That means KONE current machine roomless volume elevator, the KONE monospace, is up to 90% more energy efficient than KONE elevators supplied before 2 decades. Today, 21 of our elevator models have received the best ISO 2575A class classification in the elevator category, rating from A to G. And 8 of our escalators and autowalk models have received best A++ ratings in the escalators and autowalks categories. Coming to the low emission buildings, our monospace can reduce emission from the use phase energy consumption up to 30% annually compared to the baseline over the product lifetime. This can lead to about 4.8 carbon dioxide emission of saved European standards on energy efficient elevator and escalators, concluding that it will be utilized by the best technology available today. Coming to our environmental product declaration, our whatever the gearless product we are offering from KONE can reduce 30%, and annually we can able to save 60% achieved by modernizing the elevator which has been installed before 2000. So helping our customers with the digital and sustainable businesses, we have a planning tool, and then the carbon neutral KONE DX elevators, green building supports, and then with the service we have a predictive maintenance with IoT services, and then softwares enabled through a Appy Box installation. Coming to safety, our first core principle is safety. We have an objective to ensure that all employees, partners, and users of our equipment return home safe every day. Safety is thus at the core of everything we do. Nothing is more important to us. It is a core part of our business, processes, and activities. How do we will live by our mission and research our objectives? All our solution and services are designed and risk assessed with the full life cycle safety of our employees, partners, and users in our mind. Our installation method are certified, and our service is guided by a preventive maintenance program and solution. Our consistent safety management system guides us in all activities and units. We continue to foster a culture where we all are feel safe. We understand why and how to act safely and actively care for each other's safety and well-being. Safety promotion is a key component of our safety management. Coming to the quality, a core principle, again our quality also start with two steps ahead by thinking proactively. throughout the customer journey and the solution life cycle. Lean and continuous improvement culture makes us our customers' preferred choice and creates the best user experience. Our lean Kone way to win definitely help us also in the area of quality. To achieve this, we focus on our culture and people, quality fundamentals, and digitalization opportunities. Quality starts with me and leader as a role model. Everyone at Kone act as a role model. Quality starts with me mindset, systematically training and competency development, quality academic, quality and management system fundamentals, lean six sigma, agile and business analytics. Quality fundamentals learn to walk before we run. Coming to the sustainability, we choose sustainability every day. We are fair and inclusive. We are committed to carbon neutrality. We lead the way with the most sustainable solution and services for a better society. This is the mindset and behavior as part of our Kone culture we want to build. We need to radically rethink and understand how we can embed sustainability in everything we do. We can see this commitment requires us to consider sustainability in a broad sense, like environment, diversity and inclusion, ethics and compliance, safety and quality. Everywhere we have been into the sustainabilities. Some of our largest, fastest, tallest reference in India is everyone has knows this Geo World Center Mumbai, which will carry 235 peoples at once, and then Oberoi 360 in Mumbai and Lodha Worldview in Mumbai. The tallest towers in four major cities are M3M IFG Gurgaon, Lodha Park Mumbai, and then in Kolkata one, and then in Hyderabad we recently bagged this Amrathine. If you just see Mumbai skyline is powered by Kone, these are our high-rise projects which has been backed by Kone and powered with Kone elevators. Thank you, team. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you. Any questions?
Oh, thank you, Prabhu. You stay back. We will take up question in case if any questions on Kone, you may answer that. So let's move quickly. We are exactly 1 hour now, so we'll have 15 minutes on the question answer. So we have 6, 7. So those who wish to put a question, it's a chance to post a question on this Q&A box. So I'll just take quickly, and the answer can be very crisp. So anonymous attendee is asking, one of the key factor in designing the elevator for a commercial building is population. On what basis the population is calculated? Jagadish bhai.
Sir, sorry, we can't hear you, sir, actually.
Okay, you can answer, Prabhu, if you have answer for this. One key factor for designing elevator for commercial building is population. On what basis the population is calculated? Prabhu, can you answer this question?
Yeah, sure, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, am I audible now?
Yeah, you are audible, Jagdish.
Okay, that's good. This question, what I saw here is the population.
It's not very loud, very feeble.
Okay. Okay.
Prabhu, you want to answer? You can answer. So next question, I'll take it from Jagdish. Okay, go ahead, sir. Anyone? Jagdish or Prabhu?
Yeah, I'm trying to speak louder. I think there is an issue with the speakerphone.
Yeah,
is it okay now?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Yeah, it's clear, sir.
Yeah. What I'm saying is one of the key factor, yes, in a commercial building is the population, but population on what basis is calculated depends on the number of floors and the areas which are determined by the architects and the developers, and it does not have anything to do with the designers per se. So it is basically the architect or the developer who
does the population calculation. Then second question what I see is why the accidents are still happening from escalator elevators, though we have modern control technology, and why do people die? So we were discussing before this presentation was done with Dominic that, when a elevator or escalator is installed, original equipment manufacturer should be maintaining it, not a third party or a fly-by-night operator, where if they do not have the required technology to operate, then the accident do happen. And the codal compliance have to be followed clearly so that, they ensure that, these accidents do not happen. Predominantly, it happens when it is elevators are maintained by a third-party operator or so. Dominic is clear, right?
Yeah.
Then coming to the other question, like, how can building managers leverage data analytics to improve elevator and escalator performance? Building managers can check with your vertical transportation system provider on artificial intelligence AI tools and the IoT devices. IoT devices, once they are placed in the system and connected to your system, real-time data or the whatever is the elevator data is flown to the master control system to your vertical transportation provider, where thereby he will check everything and predictive maintenance is done. And before there is a problem with your elevator or escalator, they correct that and they ensure the uptime is high. So the key consideration is to ensure that, you need to have a IoT device and usage of AI tools will solve your issue. Then other question.
Yeah, the two question is on this regular accident. Tanveer and Dr. Pandian, both are asking, accident is still happening from escalator, having modern control technology and why people dying. Tanveer is saying free fall, etc.
Yeah. So this again, same thing what I've answered, to ensure that, original equipment manufacturer is maintaining the elevator or escalator, codal compliance, regular coded maintenance is done and maintenance is regular so that, you do not have any issues. You will have a safe and reliable operative elevator. What are the key considerations for ensuring accessibility in elevator and escalator design? I presume that, the ensuring accessibility means it is probably something to do with, disabled friendly mobility. So, I mean, there is a RPWD checklist, harmonious guidelines are available where, by ensuring, like providing various features like, handrails in the cars, audio visual systems when the elevator buttons are being pressed, ramps are being provided, the doors are wide enough to accommodate a wheelchair and things like that. All these things contribute and ensure that, accessibility and mobility is given priority in terms of usage of vertical transportation.
Great. Satish is asking, shaft size is 200.
That is actually a irrelevant question which can be taken offline.
Yeah. Wonderful. Okay.
And Mr. Guruswamy is asking how energy saving in elevator can be measured. And probably this presentation can be shared, and there are various methods we have explained where energy efficiency can be measured, or simply you can refer to IS 17515, which very clearly with case studies gives you how to calculate energy, measure energy, and grade energy.
Thank you. Thank you, Jagadish. It was a quick, question answer. We don't have any question answer pending. This is, now I can see visible. It was a wonderful, a lot of appreciation for your presentation.
Thank you.
Some people are saying magnificent presentation, outstanding presentation by Jagadish. I think, I would say it's an eye opener for many of them who don't know really the purpose of elevator in a building or how energy efficient the elevator are becoming, because this is something that everybody uses with a lot of trust they get inside the cabin. There's a lot of faith that, and then when they see the logo of like Otis or KONE or Mitsubishi or Schindler, there is a huge confidence that is built among the consumer that I am entering into a very safe elevator. The what happens is you look at even the fire system. You know, when it comes to maintenance, we think twice. We think, oh, should we spend so much? The recurring cost is so much. Like the car when you buy, if you don't maintain, if you don't maintain, what happens? The wear and tear is so much, and you give to a unauthorized, the garage or something, you have no hope that he is going to replace with the right component or the certified or the original component. We think that by giving to a workshop, which is not we save money, but by saving money like this, you are putting every occupant who's using elevator in danger. Something like fire system, it is like an insurance. You don't know how, when it's going to be used, how, when it's going to become handy. So you must, it's like wearing a helmet. It is not that, we wear a helmet thinking that I'm going to fall. It is a precautionary. So maintenance also plays an important role in performance in the elevator. Just because it is KONE and the loyalty, the trust that we keep on KONE, but the user has changed hand in hand over the period with different type of third party who is not authorized or recognized, trained by KONE. But we as a user, we think it's KONE. So it's very important, including KONE, since you're a knowledge partner, that skill development on maintenance of engineers, certified third-party maintenance is very important. I think Jagadish was mentioning that we need to have a very strong act to bring that only authorized people must, because this is about saving lives. You are going to the floor, 10th floor, and imagine, and it is not well maintained. What happens? It is not like using a toothpaste which you can regularly change. You can't do that. So this is something I think, Jagdish, as an industry and from the construction, there are a lot of shortcuts happens in the utility areas. It's a big challenge, big worries for us, because when there an accident comes, the logo of the company which supplied the logo, it comes, this manufactured, elevator was malfunction, all that. But how many people know in reality, it is the user, the owner of that elevator is responsible for the performance of the elevator.
Absolutely.
There should be accountability. The guy who decides to give AMC, he should be questioned. He should be the one who's answer to the public or to the legal system. It is not the electrical engineer. It is not the maintenance engineer, but it is a person who signs the contract on AMC. He is responsible for the performance elevator. This is what I feel, being from the utility services. I'm sure Jagdish also. So last one word from both of you, Jagdish and Prabhu, what is your message to the audience?
Yeah, you have summed it up well, Dominic. I don't have much to say. You have to ensure that, you have to buy a quality elevator from original equipment manufacturer, multinational and organized sector. Get it maintained by them so that your users, end users, whether it is commercial building or residential building, feel safe and use a efficient elevator.
Prabhu, last one message to the audience, because this recording video is going to more than 1,000 users have crossed. So it is not just an audience there. This YouTube recording will be widely spread, circulated among our members and also utility industry. You're unmute. Can you unmute and give a last message?
Yeah, sure, sir. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity provided. You have been well fully covered. Thank you for the attending today webinar. I think we explored the latest innovation, safety features, and then about the efficiency, sustainability efforts, what Jagadish has been explained. And then from KONE side also, whatever we are just driving it for the future elevators, and then for the urbanization, and then we have just shown about what we have done like a taller elevators, and then the world biggest elevators. And then I hope that everybody has gained this valuable insight on how this technology advancement and tailored solution has been made unique for the project's needs. And then if anything is required, please connect us with Jagadish sir or from KONE salespeople, so that we are here to serve you at any time. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, KONE. Thank you, Prabhu, and thank you, Jagdish.
Thank you all.
Thank you for,
Thanks for the
you know,
audience
I
for
know you're the
attending.
most
Thank
busiest
you.
Thank
person,
you.
Bye.
and thank you for your time and sharing
Thank
your
you.
thoughts on
Thank
this.
you so much.
Wish you all the best, the audience. Look forward. Please become a member of Focus, and your membership adds a lot of value to the whole program. And we look forward to see you again. Till then, bye bye. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you. See you.
Thank you.
Bye
Thank you, sir. Bye.
bye.